Okay, welcome to the first serious live stream in English that we're going to have. Hedgie 12 and Ari going to show the document regarding an issue that has been around for a while. Hmm. Okay. Hedgie, are you here yet? Wait a second, zero. Sorry for the delay. I from Hedgie won't to this channel, no matter. He already has the document anyway. Hmm. Hello, hello.
Oh,
Welcome, Hedgie.
thanks for bringing me here. In case none of you can see right now, well, spoiler alert.
Sorry for the delay. Personal matters. Personal matters.
Yeah. So, in case no one can tell by how fucked my face looks, the Loud House fandom has just turned me into Two-Face as portrayed by Tommy Lee Jones in the 1995 blockbuster movie Batman Forever.
Okay, Two Face.
Oh.
Nice.
So, in case no one knows, I
Can
have
we
written.
begin?
I'll give a quick introduction to what anyone's about to see. There's so much stuff that happened here, so much stuff that I had to cut out, so much stuff I couldn't even place. It's still incomplete, but I'm just thankful all of you who are watching us right now are only going to get the sanitized version because there's a lot more disturbing things I need to add here. So, in favor to hurt everyone's eyes, I'm only going to show what's necessary. And warning, the images you all are about to see, they really are disturbing. So, if you have any kids next to you, please send them to school because this is gonna be one horrifying nightmare. So let me
Okay,
let me
guys,
bring
this
you
is
all
our
the
first live stream in English. Oh, sorry,
document.
Jesse.
Yes, let me bring all uh, the document we need that I need to know about the person in question, Juan Capetelo, otherwise known as Mr. JC.
Question: do you know how to share the document?
Yes, here it is. You see it?
Okay, this is document.
All right.
Right.
All right, let me quickly fix the screen up so I can see it a bit better because oops. Because I need to make sure yeah, you're going to see the screen like this. You can be a big man. So here is the document in question. I'm exposing
Exposing Juan Capetillo by Hetty Fan 2000.
11. Yes, this is the document I have been reading back for a while now. Something that I was aware happened, something that I already was knowing from December 14th, 2021. Something I've never shown anyone or talked with because I was afraid to speak. But the time is over. The time is over. Let's see what justice has in store for him. And I just want to make it clear in this document, please don't take this as a stupid crima draw situation. Like this is not meant to be that because we're not talking about someone who had a fascination with martial arts fight. No, no, no. We're talking about someone who did some really nasty stuff on the internet. So this is gonna be quite a long journey. I really didn't want to do this in a doc at all. I only want to write this and put it out there. But Diego had Diego had approached me to do this on a live stream. So what you're about to see is the whole
Well,
thing in
this
question.
is Juan Capetillo, but the Thomas Loud House fit groomer? No,
Yes.
this is most wanted groomer for the Thomas Loud House. Muppeteer
Yes.
appearance.
Yes. There's more people he's friends with, but I didn't add them here, and be glad I won't add them here because it's gonna get you disturbed. But here it is, him by the way, and this is his channel. Well, the picture of his channel in question, Mr. JC Senior Studios. We're gonna regret this, so let's start. All right, so first, his birth. Juan Capitelo was born on January 11th, 2004. Now look, even though he claims he lives in Texas, and I mean, isn't it obvious he might live in Texas? He's Hispanic. I have a really bad feeling he might actually be born in Mexico. Well, it's a theory I have for two reasons. First, in weight, yes, I know, I'm sorry. It's also in his list where I got Ranian's voice for the video I did where I warned people and you're gonna see what I meant here. In which he has Mexican singers Vicente Fernandez and Carlos de Rivera as voices for his OCs, which are mostly his OCs of his family. And I've noticed, and I find it strange, that ever since the release of the Casagrandes movie, he has been celebrating the September 15 and 16 day, which is Mexico's Independence Day, by the way. But frankly, that's all. I really don't care how he was born, how he got to meet Thomas the Tank Engine, let alone I don't freaking care how he decided to finally watch The Loud House in Casagrandes. Nobody cares on how that.
Wait. This is
Wait.
the first video operation?
Yes, what you're seeing here is his first YouTube video he made called Thomas Wooden Railway Adventures. It's basically a remake of Thomas and the Magic Railroad's iconic chase scene, but he he added, I think in the video it was stop motion, and he had Smurfette from the Smurfs in the video, so I don't fucking know what was that. He also made a second video called The Many Crashes and Accidents on Sodor. It was a video of, I really don't know what his video was. Maybe it was a video on, because I don't really care for his first two videos. The only thing I really care that should be noteworthy is that in the video, The Many Crashes and Accidents on Sodor, there's a scene you're looking here where Bill and Charlie are dancing to the song Caramella Dancing Speedy Swedish. The song where the ones where the Japanese girls dance, that song. However, his channel was most likely deleted around 2020. Well, that's my theory, because
Well, the Spanish version of camera dancing is too bizarre. Yeah.
yes, he eventually Juan began another account on February 8th, 2020, where he uploaded a video called Happy Valentine's Day. It's mainly I don't know, a minute of his Thomas and Lady toy together. All right, here comes the part where we where we realize, well, as Don Ramon would say, this is the song where we go peligro. So, yeah, Team Obstinus. Remember anyone remembers this? Yeah, this is. Oh my.
Oh no, for the Pooh Adventures Whale crossover.
Oh, the Thomas and Friends would ever have a Pooh's Adventures. And it's so fucking ironic when you know that Thomas and his friends themselves are actually part of Pooh's Adventures. They're like supporting characters that go on adventures too. And I'm so shocked. Like, this is just the entire multiverse of the average autism person who likes cartoons. Like, there's this person up here. I know him. I've seen him liking Reese Kendrick's Alfred videos, but I don't remember his name. I remember his name, and there he is, by the way. And yeah, don't ask why Thomas has a blue light bulb and red buffers. It's not important. So, around 2020, Juan entered the multi fandom. So, if anyone doesn't know what multi fandom means, basically um it's basically a very a part of the fandom where you're like, yeah, you like something, like, let's say you like Thomas the Tank Engine, but it turns out you actually make more content on other franchise you like Spider-Man or Pac-Man or Sonic or Batman or the Transformers or Superman. That's the sort of thing that never made. So he entered and showcased more characters from other shows he liked, making meme videos and parodies of other videos like Ramafal. Who anyone remember Ramafal? He's a legend in the Trackmaster and Tomy community. He also, I think, he made a video based on the famous Who wants chowder? Video of the Family Guy vomiting meme. He also did that. And most of his videos feature Tomy and Trackmaster toys. His first cartoon outside of Thomas the Tank Engine he showed were characters from Phineas and Ferb, which I know it's giving you heavy Train Boy 54 vibes, but please bear with me here. He also introduced characters from the series Total Drama Island. All right, so around that maybe mid or well, I don't know, somewhere between June most likely. He switched from using his Tomy and Trackmaster toys. Instead, began to use a lot of PNG images on a flack of the Juan's videos, where he had a blue and green wallpaper represent the field, and he had many I'm losing it here. He had many PNG images of Thomas, Face of Verb, and Total Drama Island characters interacting with each other. He also introduced his own OC, which is the one you're looking at here. His OC, which now immortalized his first two sacred names, JC, where we see a Hispanic boy. Let me center the screen a bit. Yes, here. Where his OC is an Hispanic boy with a blue shirt with Thomas's one written on it, black shorts, white socks, and blue shoes with red. I forgot how these are called, and he's wearing glasses like his real life counterpart here does. Like you can't see it, but he's wearing glasses. So let's continue on because we're not going to struggle anymore with him. We want to finish and get to the spicy part. We know. He also began shipping himself his OC with the Phineas and Ferb characters Addison. I will please keep her age in mind. But one thing that I need to quickly talk about is that apparently it actually is a kid version of him because in his voices, which includes voices done in weights, JC is played by Mesha Contreras, who played Thomas in All Engines Go for the first time. After you're about to see, maybe you'll find out that it wasn't that bad. It was around the time he would meet the creator of the Team Awesomeness called Robbie Shaw, also some of his friends, and they immediately hit it off because, well, maybe one of his friends had also grown up with Train Boy 54, which plot twist, it turns out Juan also watched Train Boy 54's videos. Look, I'm not saying it's bad or anything because I have to admit I also seen his videos, but I only liked his customized Thomas models, and that's all I'm gonna say on him. End of discussion. However, it turns out that Juan had also really got nice along with this group because he had a particular show they liked too and he liked. All right, so we all know some Thomas fans have another show, not TTT show they like. They also make content like I like Diego has Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, and Hyperwolf, my Venezuelan friend, better known as Archie Sonic on Twitter, has the Owl House. So, so you'll ask, which was so what is the cartoon Juan also likes apart from Thomas and Friends? Well, Juan is also a big fan of Loud House. If we were talking on um an iceberg level, where I was like the iceberg level of Juan Capitello, this would be this show would be on the bottom, well not the bottom, but it would straight up be entering the cold waters because we're talking about the show whose creator Grace Savino was fired after the second season for having sexually harassed her his female workforce around the studio, including when he worked on shows like the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Kick Buttowski, and My Little Pony. Yes, he also worked on Little Pony. I'm so sorry. And also, this is the show that I don't know how it was fucking possible to do this, but whoever who's running this fandom, they managed to do one the Sonic fandom had never been able to do: become the single worst fucking fandom in the internet in the whole life, way up there with My Little Pony, Rick and Morty, Steven Universe, and even Undertale. So we we might have a winner for perhaps the worst fandom in the whole internet. So if you know, Juan's first the first time the Loud House appeared on Juan's channel was the video Exercise. I haven't seen it, but you can kind of see. I don't know if you can. Um, he introduced Lynn Loud in the video, so it's most likely a video of him and her exercising. I haven't seen it, but it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters because or top because after that video, Juan had never let go of his love for that show, becoming his second favorite show after Thomas and Friends, and he slowly started using less the characters from Phineas and Ferb and Total Drama, and well, they were there, but they had become something like Diego, someone's saying hello.
I'm sorry, 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 Bernard. Well,
Well,
process continue, continue.
right. So after that day, Juan has never let go of any of the Loud House characters in his videos. As we can see here, he has zombified versions of some of the the female characters, and even did Fallout incarnation of them. And here we have an image of Thomas's birthday, I think, and of course, most of them are here too. To kind of make it clear, out of all the characters he likes, kind of like Sander, otherwise known as Conjunction with Molly McGee. Jace Juan really likes Ronnie Lincoln's girlfriend Ronnie Ann and her best friend Sid and her little sister Adelaide Chang. So, look, you may be wondering, Hetchy, there's nothing bad having someone you like aside from Thomas the Tank Engine. Again, you have Hyperwolf. He really likes Luz No Sed and Amity from the Owl House, and again, it's Fitzkits. It's fine. You remember your good friend Rufus Productions, your Hero of the Rails Glacier friend who likes Gumball and Darwin Watterson. Well, you're kind of right on that. But here's the thing: Ronnie, Sid, and Adelaide might just be the tiny sparks I didn't want who might be able to blow up this whole situation in front of the TTT fandom and take us down with it. All right, here's the scary part. The part where I hope all of your please all your children have left. If you have a weak stomach, please don't eat anymore while you're watching this. Uh, well, before we go any further, I just want to make it clear, maybe say that maybe Brittle Croft knew about Juan because when she had one time uploaded an image of the finale scene of all that she accidentally sent this image here, so many Thomas fans were like, Miss Holcroft, what the heck? So she thankfully deleted this, but we have the image here. Now looking back, this might have been the first image I really saw of him. Nowadays, I wish I haven't. Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
Question. When did you
Um,
find out that Brett knew about Juan before she died? Brett Alcroft.
yes. Um, yes, I sadly didn't have a Facebook at the time. Well, I was not at the time. Now I have, but it's not made for YouTube. It's made for school projects. All right, before I go any further, I want to make it very clear that this document is not meant to spread hatred towards anyone in the fucking Loud House fandom because let me make something very clear with all of you here. I know there's not everyone is bad, okay? Not everyone, I'm sure no one is this bad as you're about to see, okay? I'm sure there must be good people, but the problem, especially in the Thomas fandom, but the problem is I don't get to hear from them because it seems like they're drowned out by people like Juan. Again, not everyone is fucking bad because I know there's people that I realize I didn't spell this right. I know that there's good people, all right. Within the fandom, there's good people. Heck, what you're looking at here, is made by one of them called Jacqueline. Well, I'm known him as Jack Carpo, who made this image of the Great Discovery if it was the 2000s Thomas movie. I'm Rufus. You're watching this. I'm so sorry if I never told you this. I wish I could have told you further before I dragged you further into hating the Loud House so much. But unfortunately, Jacqueline is gone. All right, I sadly haven't heard from him since, and I just hope he's not. He's thankfully doing all right. All right, I hope he's not. He's not toxic. All right, I hope. So again, no real hatred between me and the majority of the fans of Loud House in the Thomas fandom. But I wish they talked more with us and just straight off talked more with people because Juan might just be the worst Thomas fan in the whole series that might have destroyed this damn fandom forever. Why, you ask? Why? Oh, I'll tell you why. He's basically this man. Juan is basically this criminal who has done some bad things at Nickelodeon. The industry makes for some weird.
Oh no, the dirty dad. No.
Yes, Juan is a legit feed groomer. And I know many of you are thinking, oh, hedging. A Loud House fan being feed groomer like Dan Schneider. That's legit impossible. That's not fucking possible. All of them, the most you can expect is them shipping, linking with his sisters, basically Loud says, but this, nah, you're fucking talking bullshit. Oh, I'll keep it together, Hedgie. Keep it together. Keep it together. I honestly wish I made this all up. I really wish, but I have proof.
The evidence. Yeah.
There's more. There's more. You can see it properly. I'm not making. This wasn't. This is not fucking edited. This is not fucking edited. These are actually real life images, real life thumbnails, who contains videos with many of what you're looking at here, and you're not gonna believe me, but believe me now. So in case no one knows how the fuck we got into this, on October 14th, Han had uploaded an image of his OC, and Addison resting after a video series he made, where no context, where his OC JC became evil and nearly went on a murderous
This is
rampage.
Juan. This is Juan and in the chair.
Yes, this is JC in the chair. His OC JC in the chair. He's not even resting at all. He's still standing upright. He doesn't know how to fix this. He does he doesn't know how to properly make the characters sit. And of course, there's his girlfriend, girlfriend Addison. And the most important part, she's barefoot. There's her shoes. Here's her socks. Here are her legs. All right. Well, nothing suggestive, especially in the comments below the video. So I'm sure. I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding from his part, Hedgie. Nothing bad. Let's see what the fate. All right. On November 5th, 2020, Juan uploaded an epilogue to a series where a group of bully kids mess with JC, Lincoln, Ronnie, Sid, and maybe Adelaide. All right, so he made an epilogue called Punishments, where the bully kids get basically all just get turned into slaves. And one of those kids, his name is Carl, the one you're looking at here, is turned to Sid Chang's slave, and he's forced to give her a feet massage. Don't ask why Diesel 10 is there. This is going to be a problem with most of the videos. The engines just appear with the tracks when they don't have tracks. To quote someone who made a video on Thomas and the Prairie Club, where are the rails? According to Thomas the Tank Engine in the episode, Thomas gets bumped. I can't run without my rails. So how is Diesel 10 running with rails on the house? Like, what the heck? While I was investigating for the document, I actually found where this image of Sid barefoot came from. It came from this username Gabutos the Bad, and it was made around May 2019. Again, if you're gonna wonder how old is Sid Chang, please, please keep that information in your pocket for later. It's gonna be very important
Oh
because it
shit,
hurts.
this is trash.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You know what's gonna hurt more, Diego? When you find out her first voice actress was the voice actress for Ducky's friend in Fico. This was her last role before she died, by the way. I know, even I can't believe it. This actually makes me cry. Emotion is always the enemy of true justice. I'm so sorry, Andrea. You were always a good voice actress. It was also while I was investigating the image of Sid barefoot where actually found something important. This I also found. I found the first barefoot image of the Loud House ever done. Basically, this one, Luna Loud in stocks, where we have a PNG render of her strapped to a plank of wood with her feet up. It was uploaded on June 17, 2016. Basically, after that day, the Thomas fandom was about to become permanently condemned. Condemned to suffer in this. Condemned to suffer this injustice. Let's see what justice has in store for us. Around 2021, it was more usual to find Juan uploading some videos where it was always going to be important. It was always more frequent to find more videos, more longer videos with some music playing in the background of many of the Loud House characters being barefoot. Like, for example, most of videos where Ronnie and Sid are both resting outside. They're always outside in a field, barefoot with their shoe gear, stranded on each side, and always they're going to be called barefoot besties. There's more images like these on his DeviantArt. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to see more of these images later on because it's going to be your trip to our insanity. Insanity at all. In early 2023, Juan had basically ran out of ideas and he was still upset with Casagrande's ending, so Nickelodeon could focus more on the Patrick Star show. a even worse show, to be honest. And nothing had happened interesting to its Yankee counterpart. So you're gonna ask, what did he do? Did he just give the Loud House and Casagranda's content a rest, focus more on Thomas the Tank Engine videos? Oh, who the fuck are you asking? Of course not. Of course not. And of course not. He already was seeing that his videos where characters were barefoot were becoming the most popular videos of his channel, even more than his Thomas videos. Basically, those videos made the Thomas fandom leave the chat. Um, so he decided, I'm not serious here. I'm serious here. I'm not kidding here. He decided, in beginning in 2023, to begin a ticklish feet and feet show of many of his favorite characters. Yes, I wish I made this shit up, but no, here we are. I'm not gonna. I didn't recollect too much because I don't want to hurt the Thomas fandom's head more. Like even I straight up and begin to break my mind. But here's the basic things you need about this dude's feet fetish content. Number one, again, most of his most popular videos are just constant fucking barefoot videos of many characters doing feet shows. Like, here's a perfect list, most of them dominating other videos that might have been more popular at one point. Every fucking time a new Loud House character is going to be introduced, especially if it's female, Juan's not gonna is gonna immediately give the character make the character introduce the character barefoot or give her a feet show. Like here's character a new character called Kara getting a barefoot show back in early 2024, and he ever since he might have seen Amphibia, he ultimately made a barefoot show on Anne Bunchuli. And this is kind of the reason why I was fearing when I saw him saving a few images of Luz Nocea barefoot on his DeviantArt account. And this was, Diego, this was the reason why I told you to please warn Hyperwolf to be careful. I'm sorry to say he also has a TikTok account, so we just try to be
A
happy play
TikTok
base.
account or face?
Yes, thank you, Bernardo. Thank you so much. Second, he will always post many images of many characters barefooted. Most of them are only repeat images. Okay, this image of Sid meditating while tree posing is used. I'm not kidding here. It's used 6 times. One on a video like this, another one with the background animated, another one where she added Ronnie Ann, the one that I showed in Thomas Hates Loud House Bare Feet Fetish content, and again one with AI that no one asked. Which this leads me to the fourth point. He will find any goddamn activity in the world that had to require a character of someone's feet to be naked to do this specific activity here. Like here, it's very like here he did a video on Adelaide showing her karate skills. Here an image of Thomas and many characters going to the seaside. Shady Percy who was here, Percy there he has a fucking song called Percy's Seaside Trip, and of course, another free way is having the characters go for a swim in underwater. And well, here we have an example of this. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a fucking genius to know the real reason why Juan was like, I'm gonna make these videos. He's like, I want to make some feet things. Oh, I know. I'll make this. Also, if with the karate example, we can kind of see why people thought Krima Dross had a feet fetish and tried to expose him, but it turns out he didn't. Um, but this is actually an actual fetish. This is not a Krima. Krima, JC had Han had no. Jihan just loves feet. Okay, he's doing this just for his most favorite potty parts. Come on. We went from the days of boobs to feet. How the fuck did humanity go this fucking bad? All right. Second, well, the fifth, I don't know how many, yeah, fifth. He has His favorite types of videos to have these feet pictures is having characters get tickled. Basically, they have to be tickled. Like I already have a few. We already showed a few of them. A few of these videos. Well, none of these are ticklish videos, but we'll get to them. Um, when he gives up, Juan will just simply have the characters play around with feet. Like here we have a video where Ronnie, Sid, Adelaide, and Dorothy from an animated Wizard of Oz show play with their feet. Of course, he's Dan Schneider Jr. Of course, this one goes with the fifth one. Like he will make, and this will be important. Because here's one where Ronnie and Sid find bunnies that are ticklish, and of course they have to go barefoot, have to get tickled when they could have just asked for the bunnies to walk around their, I don't know, their stomachs. And the one where I feel like Juan just gave up was when he made a video where the Changs give each other foot massage. If he's desperate in the seventh point, if he's so fucking desperate, he'll find an object that tickles them, like the bunnies, and have them walk through grass, make shit up like fake snow. Remember when Leo Gimbidio once made a video of how to make fake snow? Yeah, I feel like, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. He will also have them turn into giants, like the Hulk, just to break their shoes off, and some of them will be chilling, and again the worst ones are where he has them all play around with feet. Like here's some examples like just have to use for satisfaction. Like in the video, Lincoln Loud FEOT, which translates for feet observe of time. What a great intelligence, one. You're a failure. Where Lincoln was try to get to Luna Loud's feet in the stupidest way possible. Here we have the ant from, you can't see it, but the ant from the Pink Panther show, tickling Luna's feet. Another one called Sid's Boss Day, playing a foot where we can see Lincoln is playing with Luan's feet. Again, another foot massage with Lenny. Jerry from Tom and Jerry, who later takes on the role of the FOT when you can tell eventually Juan just gives up and also makes Lincoln barefoot along with his girlfriend and her friend in the video Early Morning Stroud Nature to take the role. Again, another or one where Lola finds a happy haha bucks. Another one who takes the role of the VOT is the baby Lily. Like here we have Flory and the foot hugger. Ignore the thrilling chase scene. It doesn't matter. A ticklebuck again on Lola. We have shit up. Like sometimes this will be important in the special in the maybe next one, but another stupid one where written by his friend who I won't mention his name until I finish the document, where he asked them, "Can you make a video where Ronnie, Sid, and Adelaide help JC with their feet?" And here we are. It's big. If you've seen Primos and you watch the scene where, I don't know, the cheerleader twins clean the room and one is cleaning the roof with their feet, well, you can sort of get what the video is. Another one where I don't remember their names. It's a gay couple feeling the grass. Again, the Morning Stroud. One where a character called Susie from a Canadian ripoff of Gravity Falls becomes a giant. Another foot hugger video with Lynn Jr. We have Jerry again. Remember that Tom and Jerry picture where Tom kills Jerry? Yeah, I want to see that again. Again, the image where one just gave up and had Lincoln also become a barefoot object. Again, the video allowed Tuesdays. Again, another excuse to have to show feed by having Adelaide teach Ronnie and Sid karate. Another video where they're chilling, Lincoln and Lynn chilling on the couch. Lynn getting ready. I think I showed this one on Thomas Hates Bear Fetish Loud House Fetish content. Again, the fake snow thing I talked about. Here's Luna Loud on fake snow and a handy team. I don't want to know what this is, but knowing what handy feet means, I think I'm fine. And the made up things like the grass tunnel. How the what the fuck is all? I don't get it. What is a grass tunnel? Does that exist? Because it's not it's impossible. There's downright fantasy implications where characters just imagine their feet and their feet and touching grass. Like me down meditation. It's just a video of Isabella from Phineas and Ferb standing, wiggling her toes on the grass before bunnies come. Again, another me down imagination with Lola here. Walking on the clouds, where basically Ronnie and Sid walk on. Imagine they're walking on clouds barefoot, of course. So, what do you expect? In order to hide his fetish, 9 point, Quan will have some characters wearing sandals. All right, look, in Ronnie An's case, I can kind of get it, but the rest, no, because majority of these kids are Americans. I don't get it. He can sometimes edit images, like in the thumbnail for Cookie. Jesus, that's a weird name. He has an image of Diego. I realized something horrifying here.
Yeah, right,
No, no,
right.
no. I realized a very big, a very big similar thing I haven't noticed before.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
Don't, don't you think Billy is orange? Billy is orange, and he has buck toots. I'm done with the coincidence, but basically,
Yeah, well, I don't really like Billy, and Lincoln now not like this moment.
thank God Charlie exists. Thank God Billy's replaced with Charlie. Maybe that's the reason why Billy was removed from Splish Splash Splosh, so no one could compare Billy with Lincoln again. But I thought this image of Sid doing a handstand was made up by him because he added the feet again, but no, it turns out there's an actual image of Sid doing a handstand. The thing is, she's wearing her shoes, so what the fuck? Again, another perfect excuse. Lenny's on the beach here. Um, and some just straight make no sense. Like I already mentioned, let me see which one. Give me a fucking second, please. Like Sid's new toy. That whole fucking video is Sid getting a Trackmaster 2010 Thomas. But she's barely barefoot in the video. But the thumbnail, she's barefoot. And again, fucking again, some videos just straight up have characters being barefoot in the thumbnails for no reasons, or have them barefoot for the music videos for no question. Like Xmas for fun. When I was writing on Thursday, this was the recent video he uploaded. He has Lincoln, Dora, and Sid barefoot for no reasons. Outside besties again. If I don't watch the Casa Grandes, but I'm sure their house is an apartment on the city. Where's the fields for them to be barefoot? They should have been wearing their shoes. And Welcome to My Factory. Basically, I'm sure this must be a parody of the Chocolate Factory. There's scenes of Sid dancing barefoot for no reason again. And you want to know the funniest part? There's a scene in the Island of Sodor song version 5 where I think some kids are barefoot. And you want to know the best part? You want to know the funniest part of this? That video was made in honor of Brittle Croft.
Okay. Hmm.
Great job, Juan. Great job. Showing you have so much goddamn respect for the lady that created the show you fucked its fandom in the first place. And which brings me to a 12 point. when he uploads these pictures, he begs people to not threat him. Like we will find your house and kill you to send you to hell to rot in hell with an evil person like I don't you're fucking scared of us. You're fucking worried you're getting exposed. And yet here we are exposing you. But again, another thing he tries to do is censor the feed out very poorly. Like I remember when he uploaded, please keep this image in mind. You're gonna need it. Ugh. He had an image of this image of Sid with watching Thomas, but he tried to shittily edit out her feed of the picture so the image looks like this, but her back soul could still be seen. Like, of course we know what it is. You think we're fucking genius? You think we're fucking dumb? You take us for idiots, asshole. He also made this image. In the YouTube when he uploaded this image to YouTube, he had most of the kids wearing sandals, but for the DeviantArt, but when he uploaded this to DeviantArt, he had he has all of them barefoot, which I don't know you, but I'm pretty sure all of the children in the Loud House going barefoot in school is most likely a detention sentence waiting to happen. This one I actually have. So, in a follow up to a picture where Ronnie and Sid fall off the stairs and sadly don't die, in the DeviantArt in YouTube, he uploaded the image of the two recovering wearing their socks. But when you go to DeviantArt, this motherfucker just straight up leaves them barefoot. And remember when I told you to keep Sid looking Thomas with in your pocket? You might think, well, does he have respect?
Well, this is most disgusting.
This
Yeah, this
this
is
mo-
most
this
disgusting thing I've
motherfucker,
ever
this
seen.
motherfucker. I'm not kidding. This motherfucker likes to bring his feet fetish into Thomas the Tank Engine images when no one asked him for that. Nobody asked him. And here we are, many images of many Thomas images with the characters barefoot. This was the first one I saw where he had Sid painting her toenails. And look at this. Look
Oh
at him.
no, not Simpson Clone
Thomas,
Thomas, no, no.
no, Thomas, he edited the eye, so it looks like Thomas is staring at her feet. Again, like to quote my AU Thomas in the video, it's like Juan never watched the show. Thomas would never do this. He's not a pervert. Here's another shitty thing. Here, sorry, if you ever watch Hudson's video where he exposed Team Awesomeness, you might know that sometimes the group ships Thomas the Tank Engine with Dorothy Gale. We went from shipping Thomas with Twilight Sparkle to shipping him with a fucking human. What do you think this is? Sonic Thomas the Tank Engine 2006? So this image is her flirting with Thomas. No, I didn't ask for this. I take back everything I said about Thomas, the ship of Thomas and Rosie. Maybe it wasn't so bad after all. And here's another barefoot image of the girl from Turning Red with Thomas. Another image of Thomas with Ronnie and Sid. Believe me or not, believe me or fucking not, I actually found out while doing the video that when Sid wears her pajamas, she actually wore socks. But because Juan was like, no thanks, he of course had to remove her socks, so she's barefoot. Another shitty thing he did here. Sid goes barefoot to help. I don't know how she helped Thomas to get up this blue square for a flood. Please get Stanley out of here. He doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve to suffer at all. He doesn't deserve it. So of course she's barefoot helping Stanley, JC, and Ronnie help Thomas out of the flood.
Oh
Splish,
god, a
splash,
lack
bang.
of respect towards Stanley.
Yes. Here's another image of Ronnie and Sid barefoot while hiding from Diesel 10. When he finds them, he's going to do some beautiful things with her. In fact, if I don't make it out, I brought a coin here. I brought a fucking coin here with me. So if I flip this and it lands on 5, I might spare most of the Loud House characters. But if it lands on the Mexican Eagle, basically the coat of arms, I'm going to shoot their fucking heads off. So here's the image again. Another image of Lincoln wearing sandals while Ronnie, Sid, and Adelaide are barefoot with Thomas, Stepney, and Birdie. Birdie. Bessie. Um, an edited image he made, that no one asked him to remaster, of Percy and Adelaide again from season 12. If Rufus saw these images, I'm too afraid he might have committed auto harm on himself. But basically, in November 2021, he made an image of Percy and Adelaide, but she's not barefoot. Only for this fuckface to do it again to now make the image barefoot, where he has an image of where Adelaide goes barefoot on Percy. Um, he made an image of Thomas and Dorothy where again he does this with Dorothy placing her red slippers on Thomas's foot plate. Oh god, no. Oh, just saying that it the stress and hard work I placed into this. And of course, the last two images I've seen of him is image of Lincoln wearing his sandal next to Thomas. All right, the image he chose for Thomas for 2D CGI wasn't a bad idea, to be honest, but it all goes downhill when the last image he did was Lincoln and Lynn resting their feet next to Thomas and James. If I was Thomas and all of a sudden I would see this kid barefoot, I would have just said, "You should strap yourself now." I'm actually shooting a Nerf gun here, by the way. All right, you may be wondering. All right, Hedgie, enough. This is already enough, and yeah, you're right. I should stop, but you might be going, well, Hedgie. Surely, surely these people, who one has made a lot of images are most likely in their early 20s because well no kid would do this, right? There's no adults would do this to kid. They would have respect. They know the authorities, right? So what is their age?
Okay, the age of Blumhouse characters. Oh my god, this is Solar Fall Thomas? I don't know, sorry, Shed 17, Shed 2007.
Most of these people are fucking children.
Oh
Please don't
god,
bother
god.
asking me about. Yeah, this is our face. This is our face right here. After
My
you,
Shade 17 Thomas reaction.
yeah, your Shed 17 Thomas reaction. Please, please don't bother asking me about his favorites. All right, I'll save them for later, and I mean later because the last two things I'm gonna say are very important to show you the harm he has done. All right, 7. Spreading like wildfire. All right, so you may. I think I'm gonna be the first to say all of us in the Thomas fandom might be stupid. I'm gonna say this because it seemed like we just saw all of this and went along with it. Especially Thomas fans who like the Loud House. They went along with that and they all just completely decided, oh, so this is what we have to do. Like, didn't bother asking or wondering how bad like this could be or something. Like, I don't know, like how bad could it be? Because of course you can see here, this is the effects that Juan had did to the Thomas fandom completely. As you can clearly see here, a few images of users who now do feet fetish in the Thomas content. Well, Ackley Attack hasn't really done that yet, but
All
you don't have
these
to.
users trash. Trust me,
Yeah,
trash.
you Diego, you have a few images of Ackley Attack saved in your DeviantArt favorites, and most of them thankfully aren't barefoot, but Ackley has saved a few feet images. Um, and all right, you will think, well, it's most that's all he did. There's no one else in the Thomas fandom who did this. Oh,
Oh,
you have no idea how bad things are about to become. If the Loud wants to play for Tuesdays, we'll play.
okay, Juan
Wait,
Vintage.
hold on. Wait, give me a fucking second. I crashed. Because this is important. Because this is I'm trying to my best to cool off here. Just all right. So let me just show you the effect this fucking fetish has done to the Thomas fandom and how it managed to transform me into Two Face from Batman Forever. Again, I know, but then fucking again. If all again, I'm not the only saint here because we all know after after All Engines Go, the toxic Thomas and Friends YouTuber how was his name? Turtles and Thomas. After after All Engines Go was revealed, he turned into the Joker. So I don't see anything wrong with me becoming Two Face. Like nothing wrong here. So here's a few for people that have that Juan has turned into feet groomers. I need to also showcase. The first of all is Dalek 44. He was originally known for making review videos, something similar to James A. Williams, who he's also becoming a Loud House fan. He has to review. He's claiming he will review the first 3 seasons. James, if you're watching this, don't do what Dalek 44 has turned into. Please don't if it don't do that. It's not healthy. It's fucking not healthy. Um, basically, Dalek during the pandemic, he was introduced to the Loud House, but sadly, maybe his love for the show might have just turned him into another feed groomer because he has favored many barefoot images of the characters giving each other feet massage, and he has also recently made a fucking video image series where Sid and Luna are barefoot, just in their ways, like having Sid become the fucking Tarzan and Luna a Roman god of music. Like, dude, what the fuck? He also show you how bad his effect has gone. The JC effect has done. This Dalek 44 had saved image had already done images of Sonia from Sonic Underground wearing bikinis, but after the JC effect, he has saved an image of her feet. I don't know. It's what a way to go down in history. Second victim is Trainboy 500. I don't care. His real name, Niall Stanley McPollan. He was well known in the Thomas community for uploading behind the scenes sound effects like Fireman Sam sound effects that Bumper Film Coach Harvey Rivers has, and Train's remix. But thanks to Juan, this motherfucker has now drawn feet fetish artwork of Anne and June from the Little Einsteins. By the way, these two are meant to be minors, by the way. And of course, he and Dalek44 have been sharing Juan's post and even role-playing alongside with his images. Third victim is the actual creator of the very person that met Juan, Robbie Shaw. Yes, the very creator of Team Awesomeness had also become a feed groomer himself. I remember one of his images he made was of many characters in a machine JC had created, and he added Minnie Mouse, and of course, he left her barefoot. And of course, I found out that some of Juan's pictures he has on DeviantArt and YouTube are actually made by him. Like this image of Lincoln and Luna having feet sex is made by Robbie Shaw, and it has the same energy as that one fun comic where Luna's girlfriend rapes him. So just wonderful. And the last victim, and yeah, you might want to cover your eyes for a second. It's one that Hudson Guy had already done a documentary on, but I'm sorry to say that one might have made him worse. We're talking about Sunder, and yes, this is the same Thomas the Conjunction Engine, now known as Thomas and Molly McGee Productions guide that Hudson Train Guy had done in his fucking document series where he made a video showcasing the things that disgusting obsession that Sender has with Molly McGee. But I'm sorry to say that ever since he deleted the first document video, which had Michelangelo's AI as the voice, things got worse because Sandra originally didn't have any feet. But of course, Juan made a pic video of Molly McGee giving a barefoot show because one of his friends is actually Sander's girlfriend, but she's a fucking minor. So because Sander has a fucking weak brain, he saw this, and well, you can see nowadays the effect that this has done to him. Now he likes feet and claims they made him blush, even ask for his friends to make requests, and even calls Juan's pictures cute when they're not. I'm gonna stop the document here because I still have a lot to write, but yeah, this is that's the damage that that Juan Capetillo has done to the Thomas fan base. It takes a lot to ruin a Thomas fan base, all right? 2021 was probably the worst time for all of us. Not only two of our idols legit went down the toilet, like Bosher Studios when he was called out for saying the N-word and acting like a man-child, or Kane Fan 707 Glenn when he made the creator of the films of The Ghost Train, The Untold Story of Timothy, where he made a live stream where he pulled out a fucking knife. I mean, people revealed a lot of the worst things he had done. But all it took for Juan Capetillo to most likely ruin us forever was making images of many Loud House characters being barefoot to sink us all to perhaps our darkest hour.
Honestly, I guess that's enough exposure for today. Well, are you satisfied, Helgi?
Oh my god. Yeah. So many years of knowing this happened, so many years of keeping silent, so many years of watching people go downhill because of him. It honestly, I feel like I'm crying and I'm actually entering hell and fighting this monster who I can't believe this. He legit just ruined many people and is now making more friends, straight up using Thomas the Tank Engine as a vessel to make more friends, to become feed groomers, to enjoy his feet fetish. And it's just like, oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Patience to hell, this is really hurting us so much. I would do anything. I would honestly just do anything to do something to stop this, but I never did. But thank fucking Christ, I feel like after I accidentally told my aunt what I was about, to, what I wanted to do for a long time, only for my mom to ask me. Um, I feel like I'm slowly but surely, I'm actually making out of this nightmare. But frankly, this nightmare is just it's actually hurting me. I actually am crying so much. I'm legit tearing up right now, even as I'm just grabbing the PC and just oh my god. But I'm thankfully I'm just glad I wrote this, and I'm just happy I'm doing my best. I'm done seeing us get turned into nothing but rumors. I'm fighting for a cause. I'm fighting. I'm going out. I might go up in flames, but I'm gonna go down saving the Thomas fandom from perhaps the worst thing that it could ever have done.
Well,
Um,
guys, thanks for joining this list time. We're sorry for all the drama we had to go through. For now, we're exposing disgusting person. So without further ado, Hedrick, thanks for coming, watch, and we need to bring this to the light.
Thanks. Until that day, till all are one.
And so we say goodbye, everyone. Bye, Hedrick.